Hello everybody, this is Point of Aubrey and welcome to the Black Screen once again. Here we go. Welcome to Train Simulator 2020. Yes, that is right. We are in the Arrow 3 and we are playing Train Simulator and yes, so today we're playing Train Simulator 2020. Yes, so Train Simulator 2019 is dead and now it's time to long live with Train Simulator 2020. So before we actually get into the I guess the actual game itself. Actually, I shouldn't pause the game because that's just gonna screw up the timingisms. Yeah. So, welcome to Train Simulator 2020. We are here on the Northeast Corridor, the good old Northeast Corridor here at Morrisville Yard. I am driving this this New Jersey Transit Arrow 3 EMU, which I picked up recently, and I think it's a pretty good DLC. Of course, I've done some modifications. Well, I've done some modifications for it to make it better, but it is pretty good. But more importantly, today, Train Simulator 2020 released, and well, we're gonna take a look at all the new features pretty much. Let's get into the cab and get our train moving. Actually, before that, I want to start off by messing about with some of the camera options. Wait, is this new? Oh, wait, camera options. I think that's actually new. Yeah, it's a new menu that hasn't been in this game before. I think. I'm pretty sure. So, anyway, let's get our train moving, shall we? We're doing a New Jersey Transit stopping service all the way to New York Penn Station. But yeah, New Jersey Transit Arrow 3. First I'm showing the train off on stream. I have already done quite a bit of stuff. Oh, shoot, as I'm speeding. I've already done quite a few things with this train off screen. You know, I decided not to do a live stream on this train because I felt it was a bit redundant. So I'm not necessarily driving the train for the first time. I'm driving it. Well, the first time I'm driving on stream though, so I guess there's that. And I've actually planned on, I actually planned on doing this specific journey a little while back, but since I decided to no longer do any more regularly scheduled streams until December, that's why I've decided to wait to do this idea for a while. But Train Simulator 2020 was releasing, so I was like, you know what, I'll use the opportunity to show off the Arrow 3 on the Northeast Corridor. Indeed. However, I say that before we actually get up to Trenton, we're gonna look at this thing. So we have the field of view, which is essentially it's basically the zoom thing. Holy moly, so you have okay, wow, look at that. So, alright, so first up, this new field of view thing, and we're really back in the cab now. So everything's basically just zoomed right in, which in the cab is actually a pretty nice feature because you can actually see all the stuff. I'm just going to adjust it just a little bit just so it doesn't look so awkward. Although it seems like this also goes outside and... Okay, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not liking the field of view on the outside, so I'm going to leave the field of view where it is, where it was already. That's better. Honestly, okay, field of view, that's a new feature. I kind of wish that they just apply that feature to the inside the cab, because when you're inside the cab, it's honestly better, but when you're on the outside, everything is zoomed in, and it looks weird, and honestly, I don't like that very much. So I'm going to have to leave the field of view on the default setting, because, there is an option, although luckily there is a way available that you can edit the field of view inside the cab, specifically not going on the outside. We can't go one train station without having a derailment of some kind. We haven't even pulled out of the yard and the train is already derailed. Oh my god. Okay, well, mute the music for the thingamajig because actually I can go into here instead. There we go, that's better. So that's fantastic. We've only just started, we've already had a derailment. Like, come on, man. How? I'll say the menu music is the same as it's always been. So yeah, that's fantastic. We've only just started again. We've already derailed. Cool. Now, anyway, I actually forgot to do this before I actually started playing the game to actually look at the the list of the new features, because there's a number of new features that have been added into the game now with the game. And okay, now we don't know the people watching it. We started out with 4 people watching the stream. Now I'm going down to 2. I don't know why. Yeah, so that's fantastic. We only just started yet we've already derailed. Someone should have fast forwarded. I just pretend that never even happened. I guess I could mess about with the new settings, because there are settings that are specific to the main menu, but there are also settings within the game itself. Okay, here we are back again. Yep. Let's just do that all over again, because that completely utterly failed. And I'm actually going to drive this in fast forward mode because, you know, you guys don't want to see the same thing. Oh, hang on. Actually, before we do take off, I just realized. Wait a minute. Oh, these points were set wrong. Oh, no, don't tell me. So tell me that all the points set wrong, despite the fact that I... Not much be the yard signals or something. Probably should have done this in a standard scenario, not a free roam scenario, because... Is it just me, or is the game broken to a point where... switches aren't set to where they're supposed to be? Or something. I don't really know. Well, I hope that, you know, nothing else happens on this journey where we come across any more points that are set the wrong way. Anyway. Just fast forwarding to the point where we derailed, so you guys don't have to see the same thing all over again. Yeah, because no one likes to see the same thing over and over. Well, okay, but not in this case anyway. So yeah, that was an automatic junction, so that's why it derailed. Okay, let's do this. Let's slow down a bit. Oh, back in a while. Come on, you. Stream has only just started. Don't you dare go anywhere. Okay, so we actually have. Okay. So I actually have all kinds of new things, and I have the full list right here. So trace required the following new visual options. We have ambient light intensity, sunlight intensity, ambient occlusion. I don't know how to say that word properly. Depth field, adaptive bloom, field of view, and contrast. I'm gonna try to run all through. In this stream, I'm actually gonna try to run through all the new features in this stream. So let's actually go back to the camera options. So it seems here we only have color filter. Oh, never mind. Ah, black and white, sepia. Holy moly, screen effect filter, noise, CRT. Oh my goodness. And vignette off, small, medium, large. Holy moly. Okay. Hang on. Hang on, I'm gonna mess around with this for a bit. Hang on. Okay, color filter. We go black and white, noise. Hey guys! Welcome to the 1950s. Oh my goodness me, this... We are now in the 1950s. Oh my goodness, this actually looks and feels so real. We're actually back in the 1950s. I mean, we're driving a oh my goodness, this is... Alright, hang on, I'm gonna mess with sepia. Okay, what about noise? CRT. Ooh. Okay. I'm liking these filter options. These are cool. We are now back in the 1970s, which, funnily enough, was when the Arrow 3 was actually first built, and oh my goodness, this... You know, this is really cool for, like, backdated routes, because one of the cool things, now that we have these color filters, is that, well, you guys know of all the backdated routes in this game, like the Riviera line in the 50s, and all the other backdated routes you can find on various websites in the DLC store. You know, I mean, when you played those DLCs, I think the slight issues that despite the fact they were backdated, you still sort of felt like you were in the present day, or, you know, I guess it didn't exactly feel like you were back in time, because everything was colorized. Now, you can mess about with the filters, and you can make yourself really feel like you're in the 1950s or 1970s or whatever the time period is supposed to be, which I think is really cool. For example, we're basically in the 1970s, back when the Arrow 3 was brand new, and the Northeast Quarter, well, I mean, Northeast Quarter existed back in this time, but holy moly, I like it. Alright, what other options do we have? So that's sepia, it's normal, so we're back in normal view. So CRT, curved edge, I'm not sure what this curved edge thing's supposed to do. Hang on. Oh! Oh, now it feels like we're watching this on like an old TV screen. I get it. So this option... Now it feels like you're playing the game or you're watching the game through a old TV set. So he makes up. Wow, this is actually really cool. So now it feels like we're watching this through an old TV, like you know those really old TVs that had like a curved screen instead of flat screen TVs that we have these days. I think that is also really cool. Another effect that makes you feel like you're back in time. What other things do we have? Curved edge. I'm gonna go back to normal now. Small, medium, large. I'm not sure what this vignette thing is supposed to do. I mean, it makes the I mean, it doesn't really change the game up that much. Like, hang on. Let me mess about that a bit more. Like, large. Okay, that's off. That's small. Okay. Oh, what the? Oh, no, my buttons are confused. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's just... This vignette thing doesn't really make much of a difference, to be honest. Like, it does make a difference, but it's not like a huge difference. Hello, Snoop VHF. Welcome to Trace of 2020, where I'm just... Well, right now I'm just messing around with new features while driving the Arrow 3, although, to be honest, I haven't really done much of driving. Like, you know, I'm actually gonna go back to the default settings as we pull up to Trenton here to make our... to pick up our passengers. And we'll be taking them all the way to Penn Station. So, although I can't really say that throughout the journey we'll be messing about with some more of the graphic features. Also, yeah, so here we are, Trenton. You see his Bill and Ted on the platform playing a train, and you also see the SEPTA Silverliner 5. Alright, this is a bit slow. I'm gonna also feel like my cursor isn't showing, so you know I'm actually gonna turn on the cursor again because that's starting to get a bit annoying. Hang on, show cursor. I'm an OBS. What the heck? Come on. Come on, man. Darn it, I don't know what to do. Alright, continue. I'll figure it out in just a bit. Well, it keeps starting to lag a bit. I wish my computer was better way more. The one I have is old, like 2014 old. Well, it's not that old. Okay, guys, it's not. Luckily, this train has really good brakes. The Arrow 3. So we're having a 8-car consist for today, which is a full consist, and yeah. So Bill and Ted's in this scenario here. Look, it seems I'm not causing too much confusion right now. Yeah, so Bill's literally just to make sure nothing goes wrong, and you also have a SEPTA Silverliner. Also. Oh, I realized the headlights are messed up on the reskin. Come on! Anyway. I picked up our passengers. No. Yes, it does. I did put the correct numbers on Bill and Ted. Because I can suggest stuff like that in this game. Alright. Let's pull out of Trenton. Anyway, so yeah, so... Although those are just the new visual options. Like, I'm not seeing like the ambient light intensity or the sun intensity or any of the other stuff. I'm just seeing the... Well, actually... I'm just seeing the color filters and the screen effect filters. Like, basically, what we have... What I've just messed about with so far... I'm just trying not to speak here. We'll mess about with the new color filters, the new screen effect filters, the vignette effect, and the option to reset all those back to default. So, hey, if you don't like if you don't like the new settings and stuff, you can just reset them all back to default and happy days. There's a bunch of other new options in the main menu as well, but I'll mess about with that after this journey. But I'm not seeing the other stuff, like the transmitter core, like the ambient light test and other stuff that I just read before. I'm not seeing those options here. Like, maybe I'm just not looking hard enough for something. Like, options. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay. So it's under the, standard options. Okay, so we have options. So there's more options in here, and the camera options is a new function. Is where you can take a look at all the stuff. I'm going to actually mess about with these a bit later. But for now, I'm actually going to mess about with the other features for right now. So I've decided to just forget about, you know, how much time it can take and just mess about with the features. So options, first off. Actually, I'm gonna go on the exterior just so we can get a better look at it. So first up, opacity. Oh, that's for the. Never mind, that's not. Oh. Wait, minimal. Hang on, you messed up with that. Okay, ambient light intensity. Okay, so let's make it really light and let's make it really dark. Like, holy moly! Look at how dark the game is now. Like, it's really dark. Okay. Contrast. That's really up the contrast, really low the contrast. So here everything's a lot more blurry, and this is a lot more seeable. That's not a word. It's on intensity, so you make it really sunlight or like no sunlight. Okay. I'm gonna set it back to default. Oh, this happens again. I'm actually gonna mess about with these a bit. Oh, just a bit more. So that's light intensity. So that's again really light or really dark. I need to stop messing. Yeah, because they changes this part as well, which I don't want to touch. And contrast again, really clear or really blurry, and sunlight intensity, really bright or dark. Let's be actually. Well, I can have this for ultimate darkness. So it's basically like there's a hurricane, even though it can be sunny day, or it's also turned the brightest. Now it's like I don't know what that's like. I'm not gonna mess about it. So I think I read all the new graphical features. So that's the sunlight intensity. That's the contrast. The sunlight intensity. Do you know the MBTA? Yes, I do know the MBTA. I live near the MBTA. Field of view. I think that's all the graphical options that there are. Well, there. Also, this isn't even Transfer 20. Well, I mean, it's Transfer 2020, but I didn't get the base DLC, you moron. Yeah, they always like Cars China. Oh, yes, they did. I'm actually looking forward to writing those. Hopefully, this December, where I'll also have the opportunity to see the new Asala, which I'm quite looking forward to seeing. But yeah, I think one thing I should mention, in case you don't already know, all of these graphical options and all the other quality of life options in the main menu, these are part of the free update. So basically, if you already purchased Train Sim 2019 or any Train Sim game before that, you will get these options for free with the game. You don't have to buy these. Like, you don't have to spend, or you don't have to waste $30 on the same content that you basically already have for the Train Sim 2020 based content. No, you will get all of these graphical features and all these other tuning things for free. This for the free update. Yeah. Although, again, you can get the base content for Train Sim 2020 for $30. I wouldn't get though, and I'm not going to, because none of the base content included with Train Sim 2020 interests me. But I am still doing this live stream to just show off all of the new graphical features. That's kind of the whole reason I'm doing this live stream in the first place. Oh, of course, I'm also going to drive the Arrow 3 again because this EMU is fantastic. But yeah, I'm going to raise the volume of the game just a little bit because I think the game's a little bit too quiet. That's better. I won't go on the outside too much. Oh, we got a break. A lot. Like a lot. Uh-oh. Oh, don't brake too hard. Come on. Alright. Let's slow down for Hamilton. Then we're gonna go... You know, I've just decided that between each station stop, we're gonna play the game in a different graphical setting. Okay, I've done a bit too much for this station. Whoopsies. Actually, I'm gonna build up a bit more speed. Come on. Okay, throttle off. A little bit of brake. Alright, more brake. Yep, come on. The speed dial is unrealistic. No, it isn't. It's completely realistic, actually. I don't know where you get the idea. It's unrealistic. Well, this is the Arrow 3. And this is basically the train in its current state. Alright, so now it's time to mess about with one of the features. So first up, we need to mess about. We need to go. Okay, no, it's not. I'm gonna actually vignette color filter. Okay, first up, We're gonna go back to the 1950s, and we're going to make. Let's see. Should I go with noise, CRT? I'm gonna start with CR. No, I'm gonna start with the noise. All right. Welcome to the 1950s. Yes. Alright, so when the doors close, we can depart. But yes, welcome to the 1950s. Yeah, the Arrow 3s, they weren't built until the 70s, so it's a slightly bit... Again, this is a mess around stream at this point. Alright. Here we go. But yes, welcome to the 1950s. I got another idea for season 4 later. Maybe later. Okay, now the game's too loud on the outside. I'm gonna lower the game, turn the game volume back down actually. There we go. But yeah, look at how interesting this game looks now that it's all in black and white. Like, you could totally fool somebody and make them believe that you took a picture of a train or you saw a train in the 1950s. It is fantastic. I learned from the Arrow scale and AC from Roblox. That might actually be what it is. But I can't at least tell you this is the real life corner or realistic corner on this train. Alright, if people on the floor, fine, then we'll put the camera on the floor for it. So for black and white, I guess while this doesn't really entirely suit the Arrow 3, like, I think one of the best routes that this filter would suit would be the Riviera line, the 50s route, and it's also the backdated route, the East Coast Main Line and Cambridge lines from UK Train Sim, because that's also set in the past, and well, basically any other route that is set in the past. But yeah, so basically in the 1950s, I like the fact that, you know, I was actually a bit skeptical because I like the new color filter, except I thought the color filter was just going to be just black and white sepia, but the game was still going to look clear. I didn't actually think you were going to get these options to make it look more like the static options, the CRL options, but those options are here and are very useful indeed. So now we're driving it like we're in the 1950s, as you can see right here. Or, you know, for the time that they, you know, the time that black and white was a thing. Let's say for did Ted Bannon always in the bank always when he appeared to Ipswich Spicy reference? No, considering the short just cut itself after Ted screamed. Like I planned. But yeah, this 1950s filter, I'm really liking it. Like when you say the black and white and then you add the static, then it really feels like you're in the 1950s. Why am I getting these? That's just weird. We're talking about Princeton Junction. I mean, after the camera start recording. Oh, well that's up to you viewers to decide, actually. Alright, now let's try pretty good brakes. Let's say, like, we're 0.8 miles away from Princeton Junction, so I'm gonna actually start braking now. Should have 100 miles per hour. Maybe brake a bit more. There we go, we're getting there. Don't want a rough ride. Yeah, but we still want stop at time, though. Oh, there's another train. Well, side train there anyway. An ALB46 with multi-level coaches. Yeah, that's you know, I originally set this scenario up to be in the present day, because, you know, presentisms, but I really should have done a bit more filling with the scenario to make it go like through the eras, because now we're coming up on an LP46 with multi-levels, which didn't even show up until the 2010s, and we've now made this game look like, or we've filtered the game so we feel like we're in the 1950s. Although I'll be honest, you know, thinking about it now, I'm not sure whose idea it was at Dovetail or who asked for all these color filters, but you know what? They are cool. I'm just glad that they, you know, didn't just make them part of the base content, and you can actually get all these features for free if you bought any Train Sim game before 2020. Is it the one that declared the rap battle? Anyway, alright, now that we're here, change your color filter, color options. So we have noise. Yeah, the CRTL. I mean, I know it feels like we're watching this from a TV screen or something. Oh, it's not too 1950s, is it now? Yeah. Yeah, see, this is still black and white, but it's a bit too clear and crisp. So we're also going to put this into the sepia. There we go. So now we've gone from 1950s to the 1970s. Yeah. Alright. Also, weirdly enough, when Dovetail, when they first teased Train Sim 2020 with those screenshots, you know, I remember there was that one screenshot that basically had the sepia tone of the Blue Peter C mentioned. I forget the exact name of. See, when I first saw the screenshot, I originally thought that, you know, Dovetail was doing that because it was interesting and they wanted to, you know, make the picture feel a bit more interesting with the Blue Peter in thing. But no, as it turns out, the sepia tone is an actual option, or an actual filter that you can actually put over and play the game with, which again I think is really cool. I like this. You know, I mean, it's just those things that you never asked for, but you kind of needed. I mean, none of these graphical features were really necessary, to be honest, but they're so cool, okay? I'm not saying that they're stupid features. I think they're actually cool features. Of course, these are my thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of these new filters and stuff. I can actually be curious to know what Domtron thinks. Yeah, I probably won't be I'm not sure if I'll see Domtron today because, you know, he's going to Churchill and stuff. And, I mean, he might show up like about 8:30 p.m. this evening. That's if he hasn't dozed off or whatever. Even I hope to see him for at least an hour and a half before 10 o'clock when he has to go to his schoolworkisms, so there's that. What are you saying? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so this is 1970s here. I think when we get to the next station, which I think is Princeton Junction, we'll switch to the other CRT filter, which again looks like you're watching it on a what am I saying? On a TV screen, that's what it was. Yeah. I think the filters are great. Oh, cool. I approve. So I'm not sure how often I'm really gonna use these features. But I hope to use them, you know, to a good extent. Because, you know, that's the thing about driving on that was the thing about driving on backdated routes for, you know, a while now, where like you would drive on the route, like I said earlier, it was set in 1950s or 60s or whatever, but you know, since everything is all colorized, you know, it kind of takes you out of the fact that you're back in time. But these filters, they really make you feel like you're back in the time. I know I said that once already, but I'm saying it again because it's so epic. And you also have the other options that make the game generally look better. Yeah. I guess the only thing I don't like is the, what's it called? Here, let me just check. The field of view. I mean, I can see why they can be used, but I kind of wish that there was an option to make that just restricted to the cab and not the outside of the game as well, because, you know, like, if we could have that just inside the cab, that would really help. I mean, I know there's an option already that exists for that that's outside the game that you have to do a bit of stuff with, but, you know. I mean, I can see why you would want to also have it on the outside, but... Well, actually, I can't tell a lie. Okay, it would be nice if that was... If there was an option to make that just restricted to the cab. Instead of the whole... Instead of the everything. But yeah, the right way to go to Princeton Junction. Hey, you may have noticed this. This is going over the presentation. That's because I just set the scenario up just to... What was I saying? Just, you know, just do a thing. Anyway. Still a couple flybys. If the camera could actually get on the ground. Okay, this is really authentic. Like, hang on. Let me just get rid of the HUD and pause the game for a second. You could totally fool somebody and make them think that you found a photo of the Arrow 3 in the 70s. I always realize that, you know, like, if you... Also, I just realized, you know, if you look around the edges, like the top right, left, and the bottom left and right, you see there's also these curves thing, like the black. Like, you see it? If you look hard enough. So, it makes you look like you're playing the game through a TV. Well, that's what the CRT, I'm actually not sure what the CRT standard was, but I guess it means for, you know, playing the game, or essentially, you know, look like you're playing a game through a TV screen. And it's one of the, and specifically those, like, you know those old TVs from like right about, I don't know much about TVs, but you know, basically the TVs where it has the curved screen, I guess, I'm not sure. Basically before flat screen TVs were invented. You know? And the old style TVs had curved screen. They were very bulky. Yeah, it's basically like those TVs. That's what I've made this game look like now. Oh no, I can't wait to drive on more backdated routes and put on the color filter to make the route itself feel a lot more era realistic, if you know what I mean. So they curve the screen. Oh, and there will be in the composing a lot of space, so they curve the screen. Yeah. Yeah, so this is basically a straight screen with the things. Of course, there's the other curved screen actually will actually turn back on again when we get to New Brunswick, which is next stop on this journey. Now I'll do this between station stops so you can see the difference. Anyway. Yes. Oh, and I'm curious to see how Domtron messes around with these new color filters and other features and stuff like that. Because, you know, whenever Domtron messes about with these, well, whenever you know, new features come up for a thing, you know, it's, you know, the way that Domtron messes about with it is more amusing than the way that I mess about with it. and come up on Jersey Avenue, which a station that the New Jersey Transit doesn't usually stop at. Well, being Northeast Corridor line, New Jersey Transit trains. We've been at this movie for quite some time. Of course, there's a platform on that side of Jersey. I know. Is that platform even still raised? I don't know. For some reason, I thought that platform was flat or on the ground. I mean, there's New Brunswick. Just to the horn for no reason. I should wait till 0.75 miles away to start braking. Because with this train, you can leave the brakes, like, wait to apply the brakes for a little while, and the thing will, it will stop. Well, yeah, it should stop. Anyway, let's hope. Okay, let's hope these figs don't let me down. Okay, please don't skip New Brunswick. Now we'll stop for there. Yeah, put on a little bit too much brake, actually. Yeah. That's a little bit too much. But we made it. Welcome to New Brunswick. Alright. Looks a little bit more. Alright, and full service. Wait, seriously? The station seriously only just fit 8 cars? Well, how do they get the 10-car New Jersey Transit multi-level trains in here? Yeah, a bit weird. Anyway, we're here. So that means we're to the curved edge. Man, now this looks even more like a TV screen. I tried to do a picture of the Arrow scale on this corner, but YouTube doesn't allow it. Well, you should allow it. I don't know why it doesn't. Hey, welcome to the 1970s, but on even more of a curved TV screen. Although I can do a 1990 filter. I could. I'm actually gonna try that when we get to the next station. But as you from here, so now, as you can tell by the edges, the curving isn't just on the top corners now, or top and bottom corners now. It's now throughout basically the whole screen, or the whole outside the screen now. I moved up the HUD. That's what the whole screen now. I'll come on Edison. Okay, I'll actually leave this filter on to Edison and then to Metuction. Then I'll change it again and make it look like a 1990s filter, which I can do. I probably could do it if I, mess about with it enough. Yeah, 1990s, that was about the era when cameras started to have, like, color. As in, sort of resemble what we have today. Now we're gonna get full speed between New Brunswick and Edison. I started braking too soon again. Come on. Yeah, I break way too soon there. Let's bring it to a stop. Come on. Alright. Oh. Wait for humidity end. So flooring gets done, the table's built, then painted, then track is laid, then work is done and the power control is done. Are you guys building your own land now or something? Alright, then first field is done, accessory are added. Something here is building a model railroad. And buildings are added. And hills are completed. Then operating and constantly illuminating accessories are added. Brings the process of building a model railroad. Without any speed limit, which is fantastic. And then trains and fun. Okay, up to the 90. And YouTube videos you can watch if my computer works. Well, if you have that much money to build a model railroad, then I would think you have some money in the bank to build or to buy a better computer. Hey, come on. I mean, all gauge, yeah, because that stuff is expensive. So I mean, if you have enough money to be building an entire model railroad, then you have to have some money to be buying a better computer. If the one they have right now is rubbish. Rubbish. No, rubbish. Let me say it properly. Alright, so 90 speed limit, then 80, then 90 again because of reasons. O gauge is small, but not over top price. Wait, O gauge? It's not small. It's O gauge is almost the same as whatever Lionel gauge is. Also, rather brakes a little bit too hard there. And 3 rail means tracks accessories are powered when wanted. So the most up in that scale. Okay, why is there a tree right on the track? Come on. You have one job. It's a 2D tree too. Come on. Oh man, I wasn't paying attention. Oh dear. Stop train. Oh balls. Please don't overshoot the platform. You're doing so well. Oh, we're not gonna overshoot the platform. We're gonna undershoot by just a... Nope. Don't undershoot. Come on. Oh. Alright, fine. Stop. That works too. Oh, we could have totally got that in. Anyway. So now all the 70s. It's time to make a 1990s filter. So, with that in mind, we gotta go back to normal setting. That's normal. Noise. I mean, that kind of looks like a 1990s filter. Because when we were up to the 1990s, you know, that's when, you know, cameras started to become clear, except they were all still crinkly like this. So I guess this is kind of a sort of... Actually, I can make it look maybe more 1990s, but the... Nope, not that. The Vignette. Nope, not that either. Oh. Never mind. I was gonna have noise and CRT at the same time, but no, we can't. Alright. I guess this isn't exactly a 1990s filter, but it's the best they can get. So now, so we've gone... It's better to close a dollar. Might actually be able to make that possible. Nope, not that. Options. Ah, there we go. That's a lot more 1990s. There we go. Alright, welcome back to the 1990s and early 2000s when... Well, when cameras became like this. There we go. Now this is the 1990s filter. Oh, what else happened to Ted? Well, I don't know. He caused some confusion delay. Or something. Okay, this jolt in the track is... Yeah, it's still there, even after all these years. With this rod existing on this game. Alright, slow down again. Oh, it's only just a tiny bit. Did he get his rear knuckle slammed at 16 miles per hour? I don't know when that happened. Well, I don't anyway. Okay, I braked way too early again. I can wait till half a mile until I actually get there to start braking. I'm getting these braking points all wrong. Oh, that's another Arrow 3. You gotta slow down more. A lot more. A ton more. Uh-oh. No, we're gonna make it. We're fine. Alright, let's come to a complete stop once more. Alright, so save this color filter some more, and then I think we're gonna mess about with some of the other things. Door to close, so we're off. Can you make the air before we go fast like 1,000 miles per hour like I do? I mean, you could if you either made it powerful enough or added something to it that makes it powerful enough. So the only thing that can make an AM7 go so fast is, or the LP44, which are almost the same thing as an AM7, is if you put the Superclass 47 in Trace Layer and providing the game doesn't freak out. Use jet train. Well, the jet train, I mean, the train could work, but actually, could the jet train do 1,000 miles per hour if you did put an AM7 on the front? I'm not sure. Yeah. Good luck. We've gone this whole journey without the points being stupid, luckily. Well, since we're at Boysville Yard anyway. And that's where this stream started. And now we have a number of stops between now and Penn Station. I think now we have Rahway, Linden, Elizabeth, Newark Liberty Airport, Newark Penn, and Secaucus. Oh, 60 mile per hour. Wait, what? I was just going that slow for all this stuff? I guess so. What are we going to? New York Penn Station. Same one on the Northeast Corridor line. Okay, lower the power now. I gotta slow it down to 60. Then we're gonna stop at Rahway, which is where in fact, where the North Jersey coastline goes to, or no, that's where that's where the North Jersey coastline splits off from the Northeast Corridor. Yes, also as seen in Bill and Ted Season 2. I'm just curious, how is that represented in trace in this route? I just realized. Oh. Oh. It's 2 tracks instead of 3. Yep. I wonder if they change some point from time to time. And come on Rahway. And then again we just have more things. Right, let's go all the way. There's Rahway. I'm gonna wait right until we get there. Oh, I know that elevated track. Wait, what? Elevated track. I mean, it's all the elevated track, but actually, well, I'm not part of what they score. It goes over a freight line. Oh. We may have waited way too long to break for here. There's this mini platform though, so we're not even gonna fit that much of the. She says and gets a lot of it in. I'm trying to get one coach like beyond the platform, and that'll be our stopping point. And stop. Stop. Nailed it. There we go, stop in just the right place. Alright. So now it's gonna get back on. Wait, is this Newark Airport? No, this is Rahway. Newark Airport is gonna come up. Okay, camera options. Wait, no. That's not it. Wait, color filter, yeah. Okay, get rid of that now. Jeanette. Get rid of that and set this back to default. Alright, so now we show the game to what it looks like by default. Long station by over a mile. Okay, this is Rahway. So not Newark Airport. Newark Airport. I mean, we'll get to Newark Airport, but not quite yet. Alright, now other options. So contrast. Alright, well I'm not sure what we're supposed to do here. Light intensity. Let's actually up the ante on it and... Okay, now it's really bright. I actually like this bright setting. Okay, off to Linden. Yeah, so now I'm playing Train Simone. Essentially this is bright mode of the game. The sun's really close. It's basically what it is. Oh, really up to me, this brighter setting actually looks a bit more realistic to me than the default setting. Also, that looks so stupid. So yeah. Welcome by Lynn, which is a really short platform. That speed is only 60 miles per hour for some reason. Fantastic. Next station is Linden, not Linshire. I don't know where to get Linshire from. Yeah, they have this part of Northeast Quarter on Roblox. They actually drive this route in two different, I guess, routes. You have, you have the Northeast Quarter from New York to Philadelphia, which is what we're on now, but we also have the North Jersey coastline as well. Trains spawn and Arrow scale to our right. Oh yeah, they do. That is very true. So this is Linden. Wait, are we on the... Oh yeah, we are. I was about to think we were going on the wrong track for some reason. We gotta slow down. There's a very short platform. Oh, actually... What the... That was weird, I hit a button. Okay guys, so now more... Oh, I can only fit 3 codes on this platform, so... Oh, how do I find how many codes I actually can get on the platform? Okay, from here I know what to spell from Newark Penn Station. Or all the way to Newark Penn Station. Cool, because... Wait, only 2 doors open. Wow, this platform is really short. That's really low. Oh my goodness, the station is all around not very realistic on this route. The North Jersey coastline is a heck of a lot better though. That's why I use this section of the North Jersey coastline to film a certain scene, let's say, in Bill and Ted Short number 14. Alright, so that's that. Now, we're gonna go from... Next section, we're gonna go from light mode to dark mode. Okay, this is really dark. Wow. Really dark. You can't even see anything now. As you know, think about now. If we were in stormy weather, this game would totally look like that we're in a what am I trying to say here? In a storm of some kind, like a tornado or a hurricane or... Yeah. Why is the sky blue while stuck on the ground? Yeah. Yeah, like, this, like, if you were to turn everything dark, it would make a lot more sense if the sky was also very dark. You know, so... I mean, since I'm driving in clear weather, the brightness featureisms that I have here, it doesn't really work, but if you were to drive this game in, or drive on this game in like a stormy weather of some kind, it would look so much more real. But right now it's kind of, well, I mean, it's not entirely real, I suppose, but, you know, Hurricane's accurate. Yeah, it's basically what it is. Oh, there's the bridge. Oh, looking at it, if this guy was just a bit more darker, it would, you know, this This will also look more like sunset or sunrise, depending on wherever the sun is. More like sunset, though. Yes, old. I think that's the old bridge. Yeah. I see the bridge say old bridge something. I don't know. I forgot. Because I have short-term memory loss. AKA a very bad memory, I will say. And so pretty soon we'll merge back onto the with these lllisms, or well, we'll merge back into 4 tracks as we'll come upon Elizabeth. Okay, the track is raised above the ground all the way to North Elizabeth. I mean, when we get to Elizabeth, no, well, not quite. When we get to Elizabeth, that's where the track is going to be sort of raised up beneath the ground, and I don't think the speed limit is going to go down to 45. But it is, because we're switching, or we're going back onto the thingy line. Like so. Which makes sense. Starting now. Not quite. I think it's just when we get to wait, no. Actually, wrong button. I think it starts at this point here, like over this river. So you're close. You're back up to 55, but it doesn't really matter much as we're coming upon Elizabeth where we have to come to a stop. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this dark mode thingy, or the way that's set anyway. Because it doesn't suit the weather tone. But, again, if you were driving in, like, the correct weather setting, this would look a lot more real. My iPad beeps. Of course, I had my iPad right next to me whilst I'm doing the thing. Alright, doors open. Okay, enough of this darkness stuff, because honestly, I'm not a fan of the way that looks right that options, there we go. Okay, back to medium. And much better. Alright, so that's the contrast. I guess we're gonna mess about with that. We'll start with this low contrast setting, which it looks interesting, I will say. Oh, I will say, you know, there's like a lot of my eyes. There's like a lot of new options, so you know, if you messed around with the options enough, you could ultimately make the game look really, really interesting in a way. But yeah, welcome to, well, let's say very bad contrast. Everything's all white, except for the gauge and stuff. So, it seems this contrast thingy, it affects, like, most stuff. Well, it hasn't really much affected, like, hasn't affected the windows. Okay, almost no time for me. Well, that's awesome. I know this is coming up, but we're gonna actually skip North Elizabeth because some new video transmissions don't actually stop at North Elizabeth, and we're not gonna stop there because it's too close. Yeah, I've only just started accelerating from departing Elizabeth, and I'd rather have a break for North Elizabeth. I think is a bit stupid. Yeah, there is the occasional North Church that does stop at North Elizabeth, but there isn't a lot. Or there's a lot that does stop there. The next step after that is Newark Liberty Airport. Also, those platforms is very unrealistically low. And I kind of wish they would fix this route and bring it up to date. At least a revamped version of this route, because, man, this version is it dated. I'm relying on it now, driving a local train or an NJT transit train, which stops at just about every station. Scheduled delivery, yes, like I just did. I'm going up this hill here. Okay, Arrow 3, it's not the greatest at getting up hills, but we are getting there though. Oh, this bridge. And back down to flat land where we're actually going to pick up speed. I'm going to drop the throttle. Actually, I'm gonna have to really get on the brakes because we're almost there at Newark Penn or Newark Liberty. Next on at 70. And there is another NJT transit train stop there. That's if I really wait to get on the brakes. We'll be fine. Yeah. I still brake too early. It doesn't affect the windows, as you can tell by the shoreliner coaches on my train. All right. So I'm going to go for the reverse effect. We're going to go from really rubbish contrast to really good contrast. Only this makes the game will look more like real life. To be fair. Yeah, look. This? I call it comets. Oh, okay. Yeah. I call them short. Well, I mean, they're basically the same as. Are these cogs? They're basically the same as shoreliners. Now they're comets, but there's next to no difference. Apart from, there's a few differences, but they're very minor. But yeah, this high contrast thing also makes the game look more like real life. Say. Yeah, I might use these. In fact, yeah, it looks a bit too bright. I mean, yeah, it kind of does, but. If you were to mess about with it, it could make it look better. But yeah, all these contrasting, all these things in general, I just realize. You know, I could use all these for filming Bill and Ted Season 4, because, I mean, let's say that the rest of Bill and Ted Season 3 has already been filmed, and I don't plan on. Turn up the brightness. This is, I mean, well, I guess, well, this is a good, you get it. This is how it looks. So, I'll always be like this until we get to Newark Penn Station, and wow, look how king that track is there. Oh, we're speeding. Right, come about Newark Penn Station. No, the shaders, turn up the sun. Oh. Tell you what, I'll do that when we get to Newark Penn. But yeah, I'm thinking now using these color filters for Bill and Ted Season 4. Because again, Season 3 has already been filmed, but Season 4, I haven't even filmed a single bit of that yet, and I won't be doing that till September of next year, or next year, whenever. Okay, so this is Newark Penn's, yeah. Penn Station is coming up. Or Newark Penn Station is coming up. I think I'll actually mess with all the things a bit to make it look more like real life, and then we'll stick with those things all the way to Penn Station. After that, though, one of them will be, oh, I forgot to start braking. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I just realized that platform is really stupid on this route. Anyway, as I was saying, within your new episode, I include the episode 44. I guess, considering there's not much else for me to talk about beyond this point. Anyway. That's a horn. I suppose this platform on this side actually isn't so long. Okay, Newark Penn Station, here we are. And before comes the yard, turns out to be Bill and Ted's cousin. Yeah, that's kind of doesn't work because let's just say that Bill and Ted Season 3 is set in the year 2016, and Bill and Ted Season 4 I plan to set in the year 2017. And that's weird. Really sounding. Yeah, the up before is they kind of don't exist anymore. Anyway, so here we go. Contrast. Okay, that's that. Alright. I was just thinking about. Okay. Okay, we can next print out the sunlight intensity all the way up to the maximum and a bit more ambient light intensity. Alright, now what about these? I can't do anything there. Oh, now they've actually made the game look a bit more realistic. Or realistic looking anyway. Oh yeah. So this, now, the setting is basically real life. So the starter stream, where the number we saw in the 1950s, or 1950s filters. So we boned up from the 1950s all the way to the present day. Much better, yeah, I agree. So this live stream essentially become a time traveling stream with all these new color filters. There we go, again, from the 1950s to the present day. Now we need a reflection on the train. Yeah. I'm not sure the game has enough power to look that realistic, but... Well, I'll say for now. Maybe if they were to upgrade the game engine, they could get to the point, but... Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. Oh, with these filters I have now, sort of make the game look somewhat close to Train Sim World's level of graphics quality. I guess on. Oh, hang on. Actually, I think actually, do I gotta keep it at 45 for a year? Nah. Hang on. Nah, never mind. We can speed up to 60. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep this real life weather or real life setting on for. Okay, apologies, just got interrupted for for thingy. Because, yeah, I just got interrupted there. But we're back now. But yeah, this is like realistic I have now. Or this, what I have here basically. I'm gonna keep this on for a while and see how it looks on other routes. And other trains on this game. Here's the Secaucus, and then Penn Station. Okay, I have no idea what comes next. Okay, well, alright, like I said, up next is Secaucus, and then Penn Station. And then we get to do something a bit interesting, and then we get to go to the menu and look at all the new menu features on there, which I will show, because I want to show off all the new quality of life features in Transfer 2020 in the stream. And then that will conclude. I'm going to be to Boston, Maybe another time, but not today. Not today. After the stream, I actually have stuff to do now because my mom just came into my room and told me I have some other things to do later after the stream. So there's that. But yeah, so I'm not sure when the next live stream is gonna be after this. Well, but then again, I guess now thinking about it now. Back when I made that update video telling you that there was gonna be live streams for like a certain amount of time, all the way up until December, I should have said that there won't be any more live streams that are scheduled, I guess. But I will still be doing live streams now and again that I didn't plan on doing at first, but am planning on doing just because. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so on for the 60. Alright. Actually, I just realized, I forgot to put my phone on the charger, so I'm going to have to do that when the stream is over. Okay, yeah, I'm slowing down to 60. Yeah. I want the speed limit goes down. Well, actually, I do know why. It's because this old bridge is a thing. I think they actually came in and sort of rebuilt this bridge. So the speed limit could stay at 90. So in this game, it looks really old. Alright, we're gonna speed up and then we'll sit on for Secaucus. Share weird noises from somewhere. Alright, slow down by a lot. Man, slow down too soon because this train. I should really practice braking with this train because the brakes are like really good. But I can't. But I can never time the brakes correctly. Like a lot of times I brake too early and I have to sort of massage the brake lever or whatever to get the train to slow down at the correct pace. So I stop in just the right spot. Nice video. Well, this is a live stream, so I mean, I guess. Alright, welcome to Secaucus. This was Secaucus looks on the outside, you realize. It looks a bit weird. But yeah, I have actually improved the looks of this game with the color filters. And this game actually looks better the way that I've set up like this. Also, no eating sausages. Not bad. And now to Penn Station. The final stop on this journey. Okay, maybe I can actually do some more fiddling around with these settings to make them look just a little bit more realistic, but I don't know. I'll mess about with it later in my spare time. Just to make the game look perfect, and I keep these filters on for, well, forever, really. Yeah, it's because I didn't actually charge my phone coming home from school, because I actually use my phone quite a bit and I use it to its last percentage, and I didn't bother to put on the charger when I got home. So, lol. Although, yeah, the one thing I'm not a fan of about the Arrow 3 is the fact that it doesn't have any joint sounds, which is not realistic. So, Yeah, Dovetail makes you forget to program the Arrow 3 cell, the joint sounds function. Because weird enough, the joint cells, they are there in the AP file, but they haven't been programmed to work. Yeah, they haven't programmed to work, and Dovetail then forgot to fix whatever was wrong, and really enough, no one has ever bothered to fix it since. Alright, here we go into the tunnel. Okay, this game, well, with these color filters, it actually made the game look somewhat a bit like Train Sim World. A bit. I mean, Train Sim World still looks more realistic than this game, even with all the color filters, but I have at least managed to get to something close. So yeah, so overall, I guess all my thoughts on the color filters, they are a really nice addition to the game, I will say. You know, I don't know who asked for them or who at Dovetail thought, you know, this was an idea worth considering, but I might like it either way. You know, of course, these features, they're just, or these, what am I trying to see here? These, oh, weird. These, okay, sorry, go change the okay, well, later, still BHF. But like I was saying, you know, of course, these color filters, these are all optional. You know, you can just leave the game looking like the way that it does without any of these color filters. Although I would encourage you to do mess about with these color filters and make the game look more interesting. Because you have the color filters, so you can make the game look like it's set back in time. You have all those other filters to make the game look more real, like I've done here for now. And other things as well. I think there's a couple other features that actually didn't quite look at super detailed. No, I don't know. I think I've pretty much covered everything. I guess if there's one or two graphical features that I missed in this live stream, actually, I can check that on my iPad. Should have it next to me. So the full list of features. So yeah, the ambient light intensity, sunlight intensity, ambient, depth of field, adaptive bloom. Okay, I think there's a few things I actually missed. Hang on a second, let me look through here again. Opacity. What? Oh, that's so ambient light intensity, contrast, and sunlight intensity are there, but I haven't seen the adaptive bloom anywhere. I guess you can only change that in the main menu. I guess. And I'll actually make sure to check that when we get there, once I complete this journey. I break quite a bit too much. All these color fields I have now, I feel like they should make this the default setting, because it makes the game look more real. Now here we are at Penn Station with its 15-mile-an-hour speed limit, which is really slow. Really slow. Man, welcome to Penn Station. Oh. Man, the override wiring is a bit rubbish in this route. Yeah, luckily the Northeast Corridor, or no, the Northeast Coastline and the Near route fix wasn't a lot better. This definitely looks more real. And we're pulling out the platform 10, which is the mill track here. Yeah, I'm doing weird things with the horn, as you can see. Well, of course, the platform isn't raised up because, Yeah, again, they took this route down from the Steam store for a whole year and made only visual changes. Also, Cell Express, because Cell Expresses are awesome. I'm gonna pull up a bit, or put a bit more speed. And stop. Oh, I made it. Whole distance from Trenton to New York. Alright. Just gonna drop off hazards here. And then I'll go to, quote-unquote, Sunnyside Yard. You guys probably can see what I'm playing right here, but for those who don't, you're in for an interesting treat. Alright, full power, because reasons. I guys see what the acceleration. Well, I say that you've already seen what the acceleration like on this thing about the stream from your prior stations, but we're doing it some more because reasons. Oh yes. Holy moly! There's nothing there. Oh, this looks really chintzy. Oh. No, wait, are we seriously going to do this? Here it come, and... the game just goes to thing. Well, that's a good segue, because we're back on the main menu. Because I'm time to show you guys what the new features are like on the main menu. Just ignore this, that's nothing. I should, Okay, now, how do I turn on my cursor? Oh. Wait. Wait, what? It's not capturing my cursor, come on. Wait. Capture cursor. Nope. Okay. It is broken. The game is broken, and you can't see my cursor. Fantastic. Wait, I know why. Oh, I know why. Nope, you still can't see it. What the heck? Oh, whatever. You can see where my mouse is going anyway, I think. I hope. Anyway, so now we're on to the features that we have, or new quality features in the main menu. I'll just walk through these all quickly. Let's change to this now because alright, so actually, so we go to the full color focus now. It's actually gonna go into the settings right now. So here's the contrast, all this stuff here, which we messed up with the game. We have this, which actually, where's the adapted bloom? I'm not seeing that anywhere. I don't see the adapted bloom anywhere. They say it's in the game, yet I'm not seeing the option for it. I don't know. I may have to I'm gonna have to do some more with that later, but I don't know what it is now. Sorry. Okay, first of all, we have on the menu we have the ability to pin our favorite routes, snares, and locos, and this goes for quick drive. So I'm actually gonna pin a lot of these. We have the Asala. I'm gonna pin those. Okay, for some reason. So the Asala. Gotta pin those. Yeah, because sometimes the search function doesn't work, so you can have your favorite chains all the way up to where you want them. So I have the SE1. I'm gonna add this guy. Yeah, it's all the way up here now. And same for the FEF-3. I'm gonna pin that one to the very front because I really like the FEF-3. It's 64. One got tech. This is demonstration file. I'm not gonna go through all these trains now. I'll do that later on. And you know, for good measure, I'll add the GG1. GG1 is a nice locomotive as well. Okay. Next, thing. Yeah, it's a bit different now. You can also pin your. Yes, there's a plan to fix ordering routes to quick drive. Wait, what? Oh, it's in ABC order now. Okay, there's that. You can also pin your favorite routes in quick drive, so on the favorite row. And Northeast Corridor, it always goes back there, but not anymore. So I can just go right from there. How cool is that? What else do I want to tick? This. Big Hill. I see they built at show number 9. Perfect. Alright. Next you can... I think you can actually... let's go to scenarios. So pretty you can actually pin this so complete and incomplete. That's a new thing. Oh. Okay, what the heck? Okay, that's... Oh, I see. Ah, so these are all the finished scenarios. Okay. These are all different things. So you can essentially you can put all the finished scenarios in one spot. So these are all the unfinished scenarios that you have. Okay, I see. That's convenient. You can also undo. Oh, now it's the other way around. Wait, I don't want to do that. How do I undo it? No, let's go back to scenario name. That works. Next thing, sort content type by official workshop. So you have this, so show all scenarios. Also, you can show all the official scenarios. Maybe not. What workshop scenarios? That work? Wait, what? Oh, that's okay. These ones here. These are workshop scenarios for the West Coast Mainland North. They have the Isle of Wight. So, oh, that's nice. You can also pin your favorite scenario. I don't have a favorite scenario, so I'm not gonna pin any. Oh, well, I'm not really pinning any of those, but you can do it. Ah, favorites. There you go. So you have all your favorite scenarios up there. So that's actually a way of sorting out which scenarios you're trying to do a thing for, which works. Okay, there's also the ability to fix, applied to fix random drives to local selection, making improvement for logic on for like the content. That's interesting, but I'm not gonna mess about with that now. What else? Okay. Ability to toggle to put whether quick drive is AI or not. So basically, so you can have your play train only. So basically, you can load quick drive scenario with absolutely no AI, which, I mean, it's a neat feature that can be used. Like, if you just want to load into a quick drive scenario with just you and nobody else, and that's if the quick drive scenario has AI in it, I just take that so you can have the player train only. So I think that actually speeds up the loading time for quick drive scenarios, which is nice. And what else am I missing? Color filters, new option, recent options, fix. Yeah, but I think that's covered everything. So I'll do some more messing about this later and make the game, or make this game really personalized. I've already got some stuff here, as you can see right here, but I'll probably do some more stuff later on. Oh, and here's the new menu screen. As you tell, they've updated with the Train Simulator 2020 cover. Yeah, you got. I guess you didn't already know. You know, with the Train Simulator 2020 content, you actually get the Southwest to Mainline, Southampton to Bournemouth, and not Poole. You got the Norfolk Southern End Line, and you have the Nuremberg to, I forget what it was, route in Germany. And I can see why they selected these 3 DLCs to be the base content for this year's game. Let's gonna mute the volume of the game now because this game, you know, because I want to talk about stuff now for a second before I end the stream off. Like I was saying, I can see why they selected these 3 DLCs to be the base content for Train Simulator 2020 because, see, usually, whenever Dovetail's well to release a new edition of the Train Simulator thingamajiggies, you know, well, I guess there's a couple rules. First thing is that the base DLC in question, or base content in question, well, of course, one of them needs to be British, one needs to be American, and one needs to be German. In some cases, you know, they go to other countries. Like, yeah, when the Train Simulator 2017, one of the base routes they included was the French one, being the LGB route. Throw my back to sign now because it's annoying me now. But yeah, since then, just either been it's basically must be it's either Well, no, it's German, American, and British. And another rule is that these DLCs must be made by Dovetail. So, yeah, kind of stinks that third-party developers can't come in and have their DLC be part of the base content, which I think is a bit stupid. Because, well, I'll get into it. So, and the third rule is that the DLC must have been released within the last year. So basically, basically, whatever DLC gets selected for the base content has to be DLC that was released within the time period of the previous game. So basically, in this case, within the time period of Train Sim 2019, which is now the previous edition of the game. So, what they have here is that they have the Southampton to Bournemouth route, which is the British route for this game, which was released in that time. We also have Norfolk Southern End Line, which is the American route, and the German route, which is actually a new route to this game and is exclusive to this game now. But, weirdly enough, I think the reason why the DLC included with this year's game is so stale, and why I just can't give a darn for it, is because of the fact it's like one of the few DLCs they released. Because, thinking about the Southampton to Bournemouth route, that is actually the only British route that Dovetail has made in the lifespan of Train Sim 2019. The only one. The only one. Hence why it got selected to be the base British route for this game. They have Norfolk Southern End Line, which is only one of 2 American routes released in lifespan, being, well, also including the Croton Harmon line, aka DLC they actually want. And Dovetail has also released 4 German routes in lifespan of TS 2019 as well. Except they chose to include this exclusive one because I guess the other German routes that Dovetail released in lifespan of 2019 weren't interesting enough. So they had to go with this one. I'll be honest, I do actually have somewhat of an interest in the Southampton to Bournemouth DLC because it has all the Southwest trains that was included with the Portsmouth Direct line, but they also have the A1 or A2, whatever it was, Blue Peter. I think it was the A1, the Blue Peter, which I actually want. But, but the other 2 DLCs I just don't care enough, and ever since Train Sim 2015, I have bought every single new addition to the game up to this point. But Train Sim 2020, the Train Sim 2020 base content is officially the first one I'm going to skip. Now, for the American route with this game, if instead of the Norfolk Southern End Line, they said included with the Croton Harmon line, then I would have gotten the Train Sim 2020 game, because I would have gone the Croton Harmon line and the Southampton to Bournemouth route, 2 routes which I do want to get, and then I would have the 3rd German route, which I would probably touch a few times and maybe just forget about after a while. But I'd still have the other 2, which I would use quite a bit, well, a number of times anyway. So, but yeah, no. Instead of the Croton Harmon line, I decided to go with the Norfolk Southern End Line, which I have 0 interest in. I apologize for anyone who lives near that route. I have 0 interest in the Norfolk Southern End Line. The only slight thing that's interesting about is the fact that the route is set in North Carolina, which just happens to be the same state where most of the NASCAR teams are based, but the route itself is boring and the rolling stock is the same thing as I already have with other DLCs. So no reason for me to get the Norfolk Southern End Line. And the German route, I can't care for it at all. It's new, it's exclusive, but it has a train that hasn't been featured on this game before, but I just can't care for it. There's no reason for me to. Weirdly enough, one other DLC that was also released within the lifespan of Train Sim 2019 was the Munster to Bremen route. Now, that route, however, was made by, not Dovetail, I think it was made by Aerosoft, which is a third-party developer, so it can't be included with the base content, although, you know what? If they would have included the Southampton to Bournemouth line with the Croton Harmon line and the Munster to Bremen route for all 3 routes with the Train Sim 2020 base package, I would totally get the base package for Train Sim 2020. If I had those 3 routes, or no, even if we had the Croton Harmon line as the featured American route with TS 2020, I would still get the game, for reasons I said earlier. But no. Instead, we're just going to include the Southampton to Bournemouth line you know, a route that have Select Engine with 2 other DLCs that have Zero Engine. So, yeah. I am still going to get the Southampton Bournemouth line at some point. Although I think now I might wait to get it after Transfer 2020. Basically, when Transfer 2021 releases, because then Southampton Bournemouth will no longer be part of the base content. It'll be its own separate DLC again. But yeah, so I guess to give you a review on Transfer 2020, all of the new quality-led features are nice. I like them. They're cool. They're very useful. And I think they're a very nice addition to the game. But the base DLC content, I cannot give a single darn for. I mean, maybe one of you guys can, but I just can't. Like, and honestly, I would say if you bought Train Simulator 2019 or any Train Simulator edition before that, like I guess Train Simulator 2015 would be the last edition of the game where it comes to the point where the DLC content included with Train Simulator 2020 is different enough. But if you bought Train Simulator 2016 or any Train Simulator game after that, I would suggest you don't buy the base content or the bundle, I guess, base content now for Train 2020 because, you know, you already have stuff in your collection that is very similar to this, and you honestly really don't need this new content. Because, again, the new content with Transfer 2020, especially, you know, what's shocking is that it's very similar to last year's game, because you have the Southampton to Bournemouth route, which is set in pretty much the same setting, or a very similar setting as the Portsmouth Direct line. You know, it has the same trains with one other train. So there's that. You have Norfolk Southern End line, which has a lot in common with the Soldier Summer route, and you have the whatever the German route is called, which has a lot in common with the Madame de Carlinger route, the Frankfurt Speed route. You know, so yeah, so I'm not gonna be getting the bundle based on the bundle of Trains for 2020. But I will at least get the Southampton to Bournemouth route, but I'm gonna be getting that as a separate DLC and not with the base content, so I could save my money and just have the content that I really want. So I guess that's my opinion on Trains for 2020, which is, you know, the editions are nice. Well, as in the features, but the base content, nah. You know, and like I just said, there are ways that you could have sold me with the base content. Like, again, swap out Norfolk Southern End line with the Croton Harmon line, and swap out the German route, whatever it's called, with the most of the Bremen route, and I would have totally have gotten the base content for Change to 2020 in the next sale. Well, being the Christmas sale anyway, but it is what it is. So, I guess that's enough of me talking, and that's enough of this live stream in general. This live stream, originally I was only planning for being an hour long, but it's become a bit longer than I originally expected, but that's okay. But I guess with that being said, I do hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream, I will say. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm not sure what the next live stream is, but today's Thursday. So the NASCAR season is actually released earlier today, and I have the Skills Competition race uploading tomorrow. And yeah. Anyway, that's enough, and I shall see you in the next live stream / video. Whatever I do next, which will be a video. Yeah, it's a video. Yeah, there you go. See you then, guys. Bye-bye.